Restoration.
Hello, it's another beautiful day on Restoration, and as we always do, we bring you stories that will transform your lives, stories that will give you the insights to know that it is really not the end of the world and there is always hope. My name is Stacy. I'd like to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Special Ice Mineral Water, and Special Malt. To Yas Washing Powder, Yas Sanitary Pad. Ladies, are you buying your purple pack? For that heavy flow, make sure that you get your Yas Purple Pack, which is quite longer than the usual Yas Sanitary Pad, which has very comfortable wings, so you're sure that no matter how long you stay in town, you are covered for the rest of the day. Thank you going out to Hoochcon and Choco Flakes, my crunchiest breakfast choice. You are simply amazing. To GTP New Style, thank you very much for my fabric. Ophelia of ABS Collection, thank you very much, Ophelia, for putting this wonderful GTP fabric to life. To Roji, thank you very much for my hair. And I'm introducing you all ladies to a very unique brand. I'm talking about Afrochic. Afrochic is hair extensions by Hair by Stacy. You can get your Afrochic hair extensions. And I know girls who rock their natural hair, you always go on and say like, our hair is not growing anymore. We wish we can have 20 inches hair. We wish we can have 30 inches hair. Yeah, you said, because we all know what it is, right? So now, natural ladies, you have your problem solved. We have the Afrochic hair extensions. We have as long as 20 inches, so you can still rock your natural hair, no matter how short your natural hair is. Get our extensions and just fix it, and you'll be good, okay? We'll say saying a very, very, very big thank you to Makeup People for my makeup. Once you are in the limelight, everybody seems to know something about you. Be it true or false, you're never really able to explain yourself to everyone. This guest we have is one of such people who has lived her life out in the open for all Ghanaians to see. And today we will be talking to her, and she will be revealing and unveiling most of the things that people have said about her, most of the things that are true, most of the things that are not true. You would be really amazed. I'm really excited because I call her my baby sis. Let's welcome our guest for today, Mrs. SELLY Galley. Good girl. Let me help you out. You're welcome. Let me get my hug. Have a seat, darling. Okay, so before I introduced you, I said there are so many things people always say about people in the limelight. Some of them could be true, some of them could be false. So the first one I want to ask you, are you a slay queen or a fashionista?
Well, I like to address myself as a style icon. I have a following that I believe look up to me when it comes to fashion, and I see most of them post on their pages same things that I've worn. So I make a critical effort to choose what I wear because of what I see, the feedback I see. So I don't really understand or know what exactly slay queen means, but like I said, I style icon is just fine with me.
Okay, so that is what you understand.
Yeah,
the slay queen, you don't.
I don't understand.
What does slay queen mean? Like
I actually don't even know where the word was coined from or who it's coming from, and for some reason I've not taken time to figure that out yet.
Let's take with a style icon. that is more comfortable. SELLY GALLEY, we know you out there as the actress, the TV host. Yeah. Too many things in one. Yeah. Before all the fame, what was your life?
Well, I was a very, I wanted to say I was a very simple girl living in Tema, born and bred, but I wouldn't say that. I've always been full of life ever since I was young. I've been a leader of the pack. I have a squad of girls. I was that girly type who likes to be seen in the midst of girls. I loved dancing. I used to represent my school in dancing competition. So entertainment has always been part of me. Well, the last time I wrote a caption, I'm like, okay, now, those times I used to be very unbeatable when it comes to dancing. I can be beaten, but I still got some deep moves up my sleeves.
High five. I tell my kids the same thing. I used to love dancing, but as
You
growing
grow.
up
Yeah.
comes
Yeah.
in, you begin to look at other things more. And I still cannot do the shaku shaku dance, and I'm so upset with myself.
I don't know why. I also
You
can't
too?
do that. Yes.
No, someone needs to teach us. my daughter Beyonce has been trying for like
Ever.
weeks, forever, to teach me shaku shaku. And the thing is, when I'm seated, I can make the moves.
Exactly,
but when the leg work
I think the
comes in,
footwork is where the problem starts from.
that's where we have our problem.
Yes.
Okay. So let's continue with your story.
Yeah. So then I mean it was school. I was a very good student. I still am though, like A student, you know. And so in as much as I was a little bit stubborn, you know, ran away, go and represent my school here in a dancing competition there with my squad of girl dancers, I still had my grades very up there, you know.
Okay.
So I went to Akusubu International, Red Sands High, Meridian Pre-University, and then I mean, I worked first at TV3 whilst I was still in school. I anchored a game TV show called Caesar's House. And then from there, I went to Radio Rabodev.
Okay.
Yes, Radio and Broadcasting Foundation. Then from there, I went to Atlantis, you know, to do, to work there as a producer, as a field reporter, and as a voiceover artist. And then while I was there, a friend of mine loves showbiz. She's always loved it. For me, I think it was just dancing and fashion for me ever since I was young, though. But I didn't really, showbiz wasn't my thing. My mother is a former actress. I quite remember.
What's your mom's name?
She's Benedicta Gali. She was with the Star Theatre Group. That's Kojo, Damanya, Adrapi, and Co. And our home was where they usually do the rehearsals. I remember they used to look for little kids to play roles, and I'd be running away because I was afraid of the cameras, you know. And so it's quite a surprise when they see me now, who I am, you know. So like I said, showbiz wasn't really my thing, and I had the friend, my best friend, who loved showbiz. I quite remember she came to stay over at my place because she had an audition close by, where she had to go and audition for whatever I don't even know, because it's either acting or modeling. She was just trying her luck with entertainment, and I just followed her to this audition. To cut a long story short, it was for a beauty pageant and a talent hunt to scout for the new face for Ghana movie industry, somebody to groom, you know. And there was this lady there who was taking the forms, and she asked me where my forms were, and I told her I actually don't even know exactly what this audition is for. Then she said, oh, it's for acting. So my friend should have told me. She said she has the last form. It costs 30 cedis, so I should buy it. She was practically forcing me to buy it.
Good marketer.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I said. And the only money I had on me was 30 cedis, and it was for my husband. And that was all we had at home that day. And probably for the next day, I don't know how we're going to survive. So I went outside to call him. No, we were dating by then. Yes. Okay. I went outside to give him a call. And then he said, he being who he always is, he encouraged me to pick the forms. And I did. And so to cut a long story short, that 30 cedis won me a brand new car, the title of a beauty queen.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. So that's where it started for me.
30 cedis.
30 cedis.
For a brand new car.
Yeah, it's brand new car. For keeps. This is not the pageants that, you know, after a year they take it away. And it came, my first lead role. They brought Hank Senuko all the way from Nigeria. That's part of the prize package. Vivian Acho, Kofi Jololo. I mean, you should see me. I was very little. I have a photo of that. Kofi Jololo sent me the picture. I said, "Don't dare post this on social media."
No, maybe I'll get in touch with Kofi.
Please
maybe
don't.
We can show it.
I can give you anything. Anything, brand new shoes, just anything.
She said anything. Oh, okay, all right. So I'm not showing. I've been bribed.
So that is, and I remember it was a very grand maiden edition. It had all the A-listers in Nigeria and Ghana there, and Fred Amugi, Vivian Acho, and some people were the judges. And so at the end of the night, I was crowned, and that is where one thing led to another, and then Big Brother came in, and then it has been like that.
Who encouraged you to go to Big Brother? Because Big Brother back then was a big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Yeah.
And I think what even gave people the heart attack was the shower time.
Yeah.
Young girl, just seeing limelight,
Yeah.
having a stable relationship and a guy who understands you.
Yeah.
What motivated you to do Big Brother?
Well, Stacey, first of all, I wouldn't say I wasn't a fan of Big Brother, but I wasn't an addict or somebody who constantly watched it. I think if I can clearly remember, I used to read online about what happens in Big Brother. I didn't have DSTV, so I had no access to watching Big Brother. Now, this same car I won from the beauty pageant, another friend of mine, we were three friends. The third friend also is a huge fan of Big Brother and had always wanted to be in the house. And so because I won a car that was branded with my face, she had wanted to go and audition for Big Brother. And she believed that when I go there with my branded car and stuff like that, it could boost her. Favor. Yes, you know. And so she called me the day I promised to take her. Was the very last day of audition. It was a Sunday. And she called me several times. I wasn't picking up because I didn't want to go, honestly. But eventually, my husband asked me to go because I thought she could just pick a car and go. So I drove her all the way to the premises of the auditions. And unfortunately, we were the last people on that Sunday, which is the deadline. And when we entered, it was 5 p.m. The man who was picking the form said he wouldn't allow my friend to audition because the time is 5 p.m. And I had to come in and, stand in for her. I told the man that I've driven this girl all the way from home. I mean, in as much as I'm joking, I've been given a lot of pressure to bring this girl here. And really, when I watched my watch, by my watch, it was 5 minutes to 5. So I said, so whose watch do we deal with now?
Who do we deal with?
And I think that he got carried away by my confidence,
and the swab and everything.
Yes. And so he decided to let my friend go. Now, when my friend went, I was sitting with him just as I'm sitting with you now, and we started chatting. And he took a liking to me and said, you know what, I'll let you go and tell them that you've been in the queue since morning and you're the last representative from Ghana. And so that is how I auditioned in clothes that I would never have worn to any audition, because you should see my audition video. It is just not me. It's like I was wearing a tank top and just these 3/4 trousers. I would have gone with different shades of hair. Pink hair, right here, like red hair, with my swag. Because I was seeing a lot of girls enter and they're really nicely dressed. So, I mean, I just realized that to get into Big Brother, it's a lot more than swag. Yeah. What they're looking for is something totally different. So I always connected that me winning the car is actually what also led me to Big Brother. Because without the car, I don't think my friend would have bothered calling me over and over again to take her with my branded car. So that is how I got into Big Brother. I auditioned, then I was given a call to come back to South Africa, to go to South Africa to audition again. And there too, I was picked, and then I entered the house. So
when you got the call to enter the house, was your boyfriend at that time, who is now your husband, not worried? Were your parents not worried? Were your friends concerned for you?
I think before you go and audition for Big Brother, it is assumed that you know much about the show. Some people actually watch it. Those who have interest in being in the house, they want to watch the tactics that people use to win. Because I think that in as much as sometimes your natural self can make you win, sometimes you have to be very tactical in order to get to the finals or to win the grand prize. So they tell you that you can't, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but it's a non-disclosure agreement, So if it leaks, then they're going to drop you. And knowing my mother, she's overexcited over everything. Yeah. So I told
she was going to blow it.
So and my husband too, just like me, also was going to really into Big Brother that much. So we didn't really know what was at stake. But he always believes in me that my natural self always dominates, and then it makes me shine wherever I go. So I don't even have to know and learn too much, else I would not be myself. So I just went into the house, the real me, just going to play the game as and when.
Were you concerned about the shower time, that the whole world had to see your nudity in the shower?
The only time I knew of the shower was when Confidence was in the house. Confidence of aphrodisiac. And then I saw some videos of her in the shower and stuff like that. But I didn't know. I thought it was going to be a private thing where you pay for before you get to see the shower. And moreover, with the shower, it's just a little bit. I don't think I was really that much aware, because I bath and then, like a typical African girl, I pour water in my bucket, squat, take my pill,
everything. So you're like,
I didn't know that, it was like that, So but no harm done. I don't think a lot. For me, I wasn't that exposed with my shower that much out there. When you Google it, I don't think anything really pops up. Yeah, so I think I slid away quite okay.
So were you afraid when you got into the house?
I was not afraid at all.
Seeing other competitors?
I wasn't afraid, but when I enter into a space for the first time, I am a little bit bottled up. Okay. I do that. It comes naturally though, but I think at that moment it makes me watch everybody and then get to know who everybody is.
Before you.
Yes, then I like to choose my friends. Okay. So I just know who I'm going to be drawn to. So in the first week I was quiet. And I was nearly evicted because everybody was like, who is this Ghana girl? Who is so boring? She doesn't, why doesn't she know what Big Brother is about? Because it's like, you have to be entertaining for Africa to want you to stay in the house, which I knew nothing of, you know? So they put me up for nominations. Then I went into the Big Brother house. That is when I knew that this thing is real. When I went to the diary room, I cried. And I said, I don't want to go home because I know I am worth much more than what they have seen for the first week. And lo and behold, my record so far is being the person who has won the most house, how do you call it? Head of house, which is like house perfect in the history for Ghana, and I think in the history of Big Brother, back to back to back to back. And I mean, I played the game really well.
I remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month. Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away easy.
Yas comfort, I got Yas confidence, I got Yas.
The new Yas Extra Long Sanitary Pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi, is it supposed to be that time of the month? Yes.
I got Yas confidence, I got
Yes.
We got Yas protection, I got
Yas Extra Long Sanitary Pad for extra comfort.
We got Yas protection.
We're looking for you, the next millionaire. We know of your stressful routine. From those 12-hour flights across the Atlantic to your hustle through traffic every day. From burning the midnight oil to that laptop that never sleeps. We know where you are in life. And we know where you want to go. Let us take you there. Thinking investment? Think Dusk Capital. Dusk Capital. We see a millionaire in you.
Nasu debi where the menya can say ubekumi. Mina me chinchi manati my bread. Nasu debi oh where the menya can say ubekumi ode where the menya can say ubekumi ubekumi afraid ya menya kase ubekumi awon febe fonya work is fefenia mina mi trese me chinchi manati mabre.
I love to eat a tasty breakfast in the morning, something delicious and healthy, filled with vitamins. That's my day right, makes me so bright, keeps my body happy. Let me tell you about what I eat. It's my secret. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Wow! I said hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Crunchy!
Hooch, healthy for everyone.
Restoration.
A dream doesn't become a reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. Every great dream needs a dreamer. I am extremely humbled by the honor given me at this year's Radio and Television Personalities Awards. I won Female Television Presenter of the Year, Television Program of the Year for my talk show Restoration with Stacey, and most importantly, the topmost award for the night, RTP Personality of the Year. This is proof of your belief and support for me for almost 2 decades in the industry. I thank God Almighty for this grace and favor. To my family, my husband Ochame Kofi, to my children, Callista, Beyonce, and Jojo, to my fans, you've become a family that I don't even know, but the love you shower on me is so greatly felt. To every sponsor who has ever committed money to the project Restoration, I really appreciate. To Team M-Clan Media and Team Platinum Networks, I can't thank you enough. Thank you to Joy Prime and Angel TV. You are the lens of this glory. A positive attitude can make dreams come true. It did for me. Always do remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. This is to say thank you, Ghana, and all our fans across the world. We are truly grateful.
You did. Yeah. But did you really have sex in the house?
I did not have sex in the house. Okay. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what came about.
The media reported. They said that was what you did in the house.
Yes. Based on what the guy actually said. Okay. Yeah. So I want to believe that the media picked it from what the guy said. Okay. And so I've not been in touch with him. What
really happened? Now, this is your time to tell us the truth. What really happened?
Oh, well, I've told it quite a few places. So, okay. So you form alliances in the house. Okay. Sometimes you go into relationships. Sometimes you make friends. And then you try to play the game together to get you far. And the closer you get to a particular country, and then you become close to that contestant or housemate, you win the love of that country and their vote automatically.
And if their population is large,
yes, you win. Yes. And so I got closer to him when I was taken into the other house where he and the other guy's housemates were. And we became very good friends. You know, he used to joke around that he had a crush on me, he liked me, but that was just about it. And then I think we spoke about how we'd play the game together and all that. But to cut a long story short, not to defend the situation in any way, but what I heard from a guy called Bim, who was Nando's friend, is that there was one time where nominations were almost up. And then I was in the room with one of the girls and we're discussing. And quite unfortunately, the girl wasn't a huge fan of Nando and the guy Bim, who were best friends. So she was asking me that we should scheme and put them up for eviction. And so Bim said he was lying in the bed with the cloth covered on his face. And he was very emotional when he was telling me the story because I think he realized the damage that happened. He didn't think that it was going to go this far. And he felt he was a part of it. So he had to tell me this. So he said he covered his face. So when we left, he went to tell the guy, Nando, that this girl that he trusts is planning to, yes. And in the Big Brother house, it is as real as it gets at a point. Like the betrayer is where people now start clashing and all that. Yes. So betrayal in the Big Brother house is such a big deal, So I think they felt that I was betraying them. So I don't know who said what and what said up to now. I don't know. I didn't watch it, but somebody, it still baffles me, the whole thing. And in as much as he has reached out to me, I keep telling him that, see, where you started, whatever rumors from whatever you said, go back there and say what you know, fix it before you come to me. If you don't fix it, I don't know how we are going to cross this. We can't cross that phase.
So at that point, when you're in the house, you don't really know what happens outside. When you came out and you realized all these things had happened behind you, were you concerned?
Concern.
Especially for your relationship back home?
Concern is an understatement. And honestly, first of all, my relationship and my family were not even much priority than myself because it was such heavy damage. And I was shocked at what had been said. and by who and everything. I was confused. And I always keep saying that, when I came out, there was a panel there who called me to brief me. And they said they were going to, they are going to look into it, like try and,
fix the image.
Yes, but they can't do much because it's a game. And whatever happens there has to give it publicity, So, I mean, when I was told, I was shocked. And I felt very betrayed.
Did you feel like you were in a world of your own where
my world was just crashing? Yes.
Other person.
Yeah, I couldn't. When I was told what had been said or what to expect when I go out there, I think nothing else was coming through again. It's like my mind was shut, my ears were shut, my eyes were shut. Like the whole world had stopped. And my thought was that, okay, so why didn't I felt so betrayed, Stacey, because apparently there were some people in the house who had heard what had been said, and some of them were really close to me. And I said, if only I had the chance to have been hinted or told in any way to defend myself
in the house before leaving.
But it's just one man saying this, and the damage has been caused. There's nothing I can do. There's very little I can do. I mean, but I think I'm quite a strong woman.
So when you were in the plane coming back to Accra, what were your thoughts?
Initially, I didn't want to come. My sister had arranged for me to go straight to Germany, so I didn't want to come home. I think the first person I called was my boyfriend, then now my husband. And oh my God, there's none like this man and my family. I don't know if human beings like that are created anymore. The support, it's crazy. He spoke to me so calm. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. And I think that, I don't know, but my family, Stacey,
it's just
I am a blessed child.
It's just great.
I'm too blessed.
So when you touched Kotoka International Airport,
there was a whole crowd of media waiting for me, to interview me, and all that.
To try to make it look bad.
But unfortunately, my management then had, gotten the VIP access and passed me through the back door. I swerved them.
You swerved them.
Yes, but I couldn't swerve
forever.
I couldn't swerve the press conference, which is in your agreement. Yeah, I had to mention, just like the shower hour, you eventually sign, so you are very much aware of the shower hour before you go into the house door. So I remember when it was the day for the press conference, I was sitting in the car with Amanda GC, and I didn't want to get down. What am I going to say? And I was looking terrible, because I had lost so much weight. I was looking sick. I am a woman. I think I know how to endure pain, and I know how to bottle up emotions. I fight my battles by being strong and not showing my emotions. I feel like it makes me weak. No, I can't cry before I solve my problem.
Yes, you would rather be by
exactly.
yourself.
And then it eats me up. But then as it's eating me up, I'm fighting at the same time. So my looks my looks may not look attractive, but I know I'm fighting my battle. Like I said, I'd rather fight that way than cry before I solve an issue. I mean, at the end of the day, there's nothing that you cannot solve in this world. See, there's nothing, Stacey. Everything shall pass. So why would I cry? No. I'd rather strategize on how to. So eventually she convinced me, and I went to the press conference, and I can remember very well. There was one of the top bloggers came to me and said, "Selly, whoever coached you has done a very good job." At the end of the day, all the bloggers were laughing. I think I'm very jovial, so I got them laughing. I'm sure they had brought their long books and pen and papers to come and ask me a million questions, put me on the front page, splash news. But it went away with something very little. And I think they actually felt drawn to me in a way. They understood my character from the little interactions that we did and didn't judge me immediately. So,
wow, that was something.
Something, Stacey.
So from Big Brother, then other breakthroughs started coming in.
Yeah.
Would you say it helped you, or this is who you were born to be? Big Brother or not?
No, see, I think everywhere that we are in life is how it has been designed to be. Whatever you go through, it is the course of your destiny. And so I am who I am meant to be, who God has brought me into the world to be, and all these things that I face in my course of living till I die is part of the process of my living. I have a decision on how to make it good or worse. God puts opportunities in front of you. That's the same way he has given a decision to take it or to walk away. So in the end, your judgment also matters in the course of your destiny. So Big Brother is in the course of my destiny. And Stacey, if you ask me, I'll do it over and over and over again. Over and over and over again, because it's such a huge platform. There's nowhere in Africa that I'm not known. The love shown to me, I don't understand, because I feel like the damage that was caused was supposed to have, throw some kind of light over me, not in a very good way. Yes, but on the contrary, when I came out of the Big Brother house with all that had gone on, I was the first person to get home after 2 weeks. Even the winner was in Namibia in her home. I had a lot of appearances. Countries were asking for me. I went to Zambia, Nigeria. I was here, I was there, making money. People were paying to watch me, And so, God knows how to turn things around, Yeah, and he started turning things around too fast. Too fast for me,
Was there a time you ever felt, okay, maybe because of this, I might lose my love?
Of course, I did. In as much as I thought I know my man very well, this was one that I couldn't tell what could happen. I just couldn't tell, Even when I spoke to him in SA before coming to Ghana, I felt like I felt like he just wanted me
to be comfortable.
Yeah, he doesn't want me to go and drink some rat poison or something. Yeah. He just wants me to come home safely. Oh, Stacey, I got to that point. I think I've said this in an interview before. You
were contemplating suicide?
I think I almost got to that level. It was that bad. Because it's just what had been said. It's different. I don't know. There are things that can be said that is different, but this is something that I did not understand how it's happening. And the fact that I couldn't get an opportunity to defend myself and to confront the person was just too much for me. And I felt like I could never have that opportunity again, because I can't even look at your face for me to confront you.
I think he just didn't deserve it, because if it didn't happen and you tell the world it happened, you just don't even deserve that opportunity.
I tell you.
And I'm very glad you've moved on and you're happy.
Yeah.
So when your husband proposed, how did you feel? Because I'm a woman, when you have such a thing hanging, you're not in the balance. You're like, okay, is he just trying to make it look real? Then eventually he's going to move on, or something is going to... were you sure that, okay, this thing was going to be fruitful?
Yeah, I think I was sure it was going to be fruitful, because he was contacted by the producers. They had a lengthy discussion, and they told him what it is. And even when the boy was going to be evicted from the house, he was dismissed. There's a word for it. I think he pulled the knife on someone.
Oh.
We realized that he was not stable. So it got to a point where...
I like that word.
Yeah. No, it's not by my saying, but he actually is unstable.
Eventually people realize.
Yes, and this is something that escaped them themselves, because we have to go through psychological sessions and all that. And for the psychologist not to realize that this is the person who is, and he has a past of, things that he has been through in life.
Okay.
He's been through a lot. Yes. So for the psychologist not to have gotten that from her session with him was something that anybody could sue for.
Yeah.
Because he has records to prove what he's been through and what he has done before. And I think even my co-housemates, he pulled a knife on him. Nando put a knife on him, and some people were advising his mother to sue because they didn't find out that this guy was not mentally sane enough, and then still admitted him into the house, and now he could have taken somebody's life away, So it was that bad. It was that bad.
So when the proposal came,
when the proposal came, I was thinking about the question. I believe it, because he's real as I am, and I don't know. There was no way he could do it if he didn't want to do it. No. I mean, my husband has been there, done that. I call him, he's a legend. He's seen it all, So what is it about me that, okay, me, I'm special though. But I mean, that match for him to fake a marriage proposal, or maybe he's probably not into it that much. It was real. And I mean, I think that when in the early times we started dating, he had already given me a promissory ring.
Okay.
Hey, he's such a romantic man. On a vows day, nice one. And it's almost 3 years into our marriage, but we've been together. Next year, February will be 10 years.
Wow.
And even as much as we had that issue from Big Brother, we have never broken up in our 10 years of dating before. Even in my never broken up. We haven't.
No, I mean, not even the kind of arguments where you're not talking to each other for like a week or 2 weeks.
No, we have never experienced that. I say we have. See, I always say that relationship, you make it. Even in marriage, you make it.
Yeah.
It is a conscious effort. You have to know, be aware that the partner you are with, you want to be with this person. There's no need for you to have this person and think this person is magnificent and want to try another person to see if that person is perfect. With human beings, you can't make that decision. With business, yes, you can try to go further, but with human beings, if it is good, you keep it. So if you love someone and you think the person is good enough for you and has the trait of even getting better as you grow and go along, you keep that person and you make a conscious effort. So we love each other that much. So every day of our lives, we live to make each other happy. So I do my part to make him happy without expecting from him. But he also is doing his part to make me happy without me expecting from him. So this combination, when they crash, is the most beautiful relationship anybody can have.
Okay, so that tells me you have an awesome relationship with your husband.
Definitely.
So I'm going to ask you something which really might not concern you, but you would be the best person to really express how he felt.
Okay.
I remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month. Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away. Easy.
Yes, comfort, I got. Yes, confidence, I got. Yes.
The new Yas Extra Long Sanitary Pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi. Is it supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes. I got. Yes, confidence, I got.
Yes.
We got yes protection, I got.
Yas Extra Long Sanitary Pad for extra comfort.
We got yes protection.
We're looking for you, the next millionaire. We know of your stressful routine. From those 12-hour flights across the Atlantic to your hustle through traffic every day. From burning the midnight oil to that laptop that never sleeps. We know where you are in life. And we know where you want to go. Let us take you there. Thinking investment? Think Dusk Capital. Dusk Capital. We see a millionaire in you.
Naso Debbie, where the menya can say, Wubekumi. Mina mitrese, me manati my bread. Naso Debbie, oh, where the menya can say, Wubekumi, Ode, where the menya can say, Wubekumi, Ubekumi, afraid ya menya kase ubekumi o ubekumi. Awo febe fonya, walking spefenia. Mina
A dream doesn't become a reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. Every great dream needs a dreamer. I am extremely humbled by the honor given me at this year's Radio and Television Personalities Awards. I won Female Television Presenter of the Year, Television Program of the Year for my talk show Restoration with Stacey, and most importantly, the topmost award for the night, RTP Personality of the Year. This is proof of your belief and support for me for almost 2 decades in the industry. I thank God Almighty for this grace and favor. To my family, my husband Ochame Kofi, to my children, Callista, Beyonce, and Jojo, to my fans, you've become a family that I don't even know, but the love you shower on me is so greatly felt. To every sponsor who has ever committed money to the project Restoration, I really appreciate. To Team M-Clan Media and Team Platinum Networks, I can't thank you enough. Thank you to Joy Prime and Angel TV. You are the lens of this glory. A positive attitude can make dreams come true. It did for me. Always do remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. This is to say thank you, Ghana, and all our fans across the world. We are truly grateful.
I love to eat a tasty breakfast in the morning. Something delicious and healthy, filled with vitamins. That's what day right makes me so bright. Keeps my body happy. Let me tell you about what I eat. It's my secret. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Yeah. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Wow! I say hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Crunchy!
Hooch, healthy for everyone.
Nana Mama Brown was on this show
Yeah.
and said when she had the accident, she was shooting a video for your husband,
Yeah.
their group prior.
Yeah.
And when it happened, he was only in the hospital on the first day and said he was going to take a shower and come back and never came back. And she was so bitter about it. Why was your husband not there? Did he feel bad? Is he the kind who is not able to express his emotions well with appearances or words? What really happened? But what I loved about your husband was after that interview, he actually went on social media to apologize.
Yeah.
What really happened? Why was he not there?
I can only say my bit only because...
That is what I'm saying, your bit,
yes.
not his bit.
Yeah, only because I was present the day they were shooting the video.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I left early. That's before they rounded everything up, and then the unfortunate accident happened. That is why I would put in my 2 cents. Other than that, I would have left him for him to be on Restoration, say that for himself. But honestly, to be very straight and honest with you, my husband is the kind of person who doesn't know how to handle such emotions or such tragedies and stuff like that, you know. Even when his father passed away, I that is when I realized that, okay, so this is how he handles things that are this hurtful and deep to him. But I can remember that, quite unfortunately, when the accident happened, they were also going on a tour. Then the group had broken up and they were 2. And this being 2 was very difficult for them. So one of the opportunities that they had gotten was to go to UK for a tour, and it was just around that time. So that is when he had to travel. But of course, like he said, what he didn't do right was to constantly be in touch with her. I think he got lost in the shows they were playing there and all that, thinking that maybe when he comes back home, he was going to check on her. I think procrastination came in play there, you know, in a way. But I also know very well, and I'm saying this with all confidence, that we did make efforts. I have been to her house twice with him. That's before the show. Twice with him, you know. I have personally called her before and spoke on phone with her on behalf of my husband when he wasn't here in Ghana, because I felt horrible about what had happened. And I even told her that I am aware that my husband has procrastinated, and I know that he has not done well, like we say in our language. So I was pleading, yes, Wanyiniye. So I was pleading with her on his behalf till he comes back, and then if we have to see her or sort of. So an effort was made there, one or two, but I can understand her totally, because he's the reason why she went there to shoot the video. You understand? She was a very good friend to him, and her now husband was my husband's best friend. We used to hang out, the three of us, before they got married. The relationship was that close, so I can understand how hurt she was. And everything that she has done, said, I told my husband that there should not be any single second in his life that he has to feel any resentment towards her for anything at all, because if I was in her shoes, I may have probably done that or even worse.
Yeah. Because we're talking life.
Yes.
What if it went the other way?
And I think that is what he's living with now.
So have you tried to fix the relationship?
Oh, yes. Janama is a very sweet person. We just realized that probably we need a little bit of time. He went ahead as far as dedicating his first solo single to her, and he was really very remorseful. Like I said, even when I'm reprimanding him for his procrastination and all that, and telling him that if you hear this from anywhere, you can't even go to the extent of even responding. Even your emotions, I want you to control it, to tell yourself that you deserve what she's doing to you or what she's saying to you. Even her resentment towards you. You go to her house, if she's there, she's not there, nobody wants to see you and all that. You deserve all that and more. I told him this, and he was aware of that. So now they see each other, they get along, they are cool. So I don't know how far things are, but for now, things are really good. Yeah, they're really better. And I know it will take a little bit of time.
It takes time.
She will come around eventually. And I want to see us have that very beautiful friendship that we used to have.
Wow. Do you miss hanging with her?
I miss hanging with her. I remember we have gone clubbing before with her, Maxwell, myself, and my husband. She's such a cool person. But we've met after that. We've shot a movie together, John and John.
But it would, like you said, it will take time.
Yeah, it will take
these
time.
Are emotions and
life
almost being lost. So
exactly. And besides that, she's somebody that we personally love. Not because this has happened, but I think that she should be aware of that. Our personal affection towards her was very genuine and real. We loved her from afar, and we loved her even when she got closer. She's one of a kind. So it would eventually have that relationship back. Yeah.
So marriage, how interesting and fun is marriage? Because most people believe that people or women in the media are not able to keep their marriages. And when you told me you're getting married, I said, Selly, you've got to make it work. There is no perfect man out there. So just build him to be that perfect man you want. And that is how I've done it the past 13 years.
13 years? Yeah. To be like you when I grow up.
It's been long, but as the time goes by, once you get to understand who the person is, you know that, okay, we're two different people. He can't be like me. And I can be like him. So let's balance it out. That way it works. But when you're trying to say, okay, yes, I'm the diva, I'm Selly, I'm Stacy, so we've got to play by my rules. Men have ego. And that is something you can take from them. Then the friction begins. So how are you handling your home?
I like what you said. You said you make it perfect. There's no perfect man out there, just as there's no perfect woman out there, especially in days of today now. So I advise a lot of young girls like me that when you are looking for a man, don't look for the perfect figure, because we women, we are so powerful. I don't know if only we can understand the power that has been given to us, that we have over men especially, would realize that we shouldn't fight to be head to head with them. I always say a woman is the neck, and without the neck, the head cannot move this way and that way. You control the man. So it is how you handle the man that you get him to control. When I met my husband, he's not who he is today, just as I am also not who I am. There's so many things have changed about him. And when I watch him now, I am proud of who he is. He's the man that I've always wanted, because I had to exercise patience, I have to be tolerant, I have to commit, I have to sacrifice. And it is both ways though, And I've gotten him to be the man that I want. And I have the most beautiful relationship. any woman can have. I'm very happy in my marriage, and I would not exchange this for anything in the world. He's very understanding as well. Like I said,
especially of your career.
Especially
that
of my
becomes a
career.
challenge.
Yeah, it's not a big challenge to us. He understands it well because he's also in it already.
Yeah.
Yes, and so he supports me. He has guided me, and I think if not for my husband's guidance, probably I would have made a lot of mistakes in my career path. Yeah, because I come across some opportunities that I mean are just not right.
But sometimes they look so real. You just want to take it.
Exactly.
And they go like, no, wait, this is not the one.
And this bond that we have, it is so great. My husband is my number one fan, like he always says. He's my motivator, and he inspires me. He sees ahead of me before I get to that level. That is who he is to me. So almost all the decisions I make in my life, it is with him. He's my best friend. I don't have friends. I have a lot of acquaintances, social media, colleagues.
And you have common friends.
And I have common friends. And because I don't think anybody really know my house. I actually say, and just as he doesn't have friends. When he goes out to work, he wants to come back home so much because I have made the home a happy place for him. Like I said, we need to realize that we have to sacrifice as women also. And, to get the perfect man, you can't have him perfect. They are tools. Most men are tools, So,
do you cook at home?
I am very domestic. Cooking is a hobby. And I think if his friends know me very much for my granite soup.
I have a kitchen in my office. You have to come and cook granite soup.
I love to cook. I think everybody around me can testify to that. I like to wash, even though I have a helper because of our schedules. We don't stay at home much, but she doesn't even stay. She comes and goes. And then it's just some days within the week. But besides that, I do everything for him. I serve his food. I wash for him if I have to. I clean. I cook for cooking, dear. I mean, I'm even jealous when I see him eating outside and it's delicious. And I know the food is good and I can see my husband eating it with passion.
You're like, who is competing?
See, I would do anything to let him stop going to that place.
Wow.
Yeah, because
and then you start saying, the food is not that
exactly.
Good. Oh, it has a lot of pepper. The spices are too much.
I know, right? I can be on my feet and cook about 4 or 5 different food at the same time, especially when I'm traveling or I'm out of the country. I want him
so you can refrigerate
exactly.
it. Yeah.
I want him to. But when I'm around, I'll cook fresh food for him. I actually learn new food, new recipes every time. I mean, I think most of my happiness is seeing him happy and doing things that excites him. And like I said, this is vice versa. I get the same from him. That is why I give more of me as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you concerned as a wife when the group broke up?
I was very much concerned. Because
people said the wives were responsible.
I don't know how that can be true. I don't know, because for me, let me talk for myself first. Like I always say, I've been there when they were 3. I mean, I've been there when they were 2. And then I'm now here as they're back together as 3. So I'm probably the only woman who has been through all these phases with them. Because my husband has been there also through it all. That is why I've experienced this with him. Like he sometimes says, I mean, with groups, it's very difficult. People have individual differences, and as you grow, sometimes I don't know where to start, because up to today I don't know exactly what happened, but I know that I met him as Prior, so why wouldn't I want Prior to
be proud to see Prior still around?
I want to see my husband on stage. It freaks me. Then after he's done his put your hands up, I take him home and massage his body for him, like. Yeah, so I mean, I it was no joy at all.
At all, you were not getting your massages.
But ultimately, the most important thing is that I will stick through him in all of it. When he went single, he released his solo. We were on the field together, trying to sell, trying to promote his CDs, doing this, doing that. all at the end, we knew that we still harbored the fact that Prayer could come back.
Right.
And at the same time, we were pursuing his solo career.
Yes, well.
We're also leaving room for when Prayer comes back.
Mm-hmm.
So I think even as a solo artist, my husband didn't go out fully to his utmost potential
Sure.
because he knew that Prayer could come back. And then his belief has actually come to life. So...
Are you a Christian?
Yeah, I'm a Christian.
Staunch.
How do you mean staunch?
No, we have people who just believe in the word, but they do not practice it to the full brim. And we have people who just go like, Lord, take it all. Which one are you?
I'm a Christian.
Okay.
I may not be a staunch Christian because I don't frequent church a lot. But everything that happens to me, everything I am, every blessings that comes my way at that moment.
And even what I tell people is being a staunch Christian does not mean being in church every day.
Okay.
Because what is the church?
Yeah.
You are the church.
Yeah, true.
What you do to influence other people to make the right choice of not going to hell is what makes you an awesome Christian.
Yeah.
So it's not always, there are people who sit in church front row every day and you'd be amazed the kind of dirt they do. I'm being real.
Yeah, true.
So I tell people that you are the temple.
Yeah.
The church is in here.
Yeah.
I'm not saying church is not good. Church is good. But we shouldn't be hypocritical about it. That is just about getting up every Sunday to go to church. That is what makes you a good Christian. Because for what we do, sometimes even on Sundays, you have to work. So if you can't go to church because of work, it doesn't mean you're bad.
Exactly.
But I believe it's all in here. What you do, what you believe in, how you relate to other people, how you're able to spread the gospel across.
Then I'm an awesome Christian, Ben.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I do not do
everywhere,
much.
Because in her talking, you realize that every time you're giving the reverence to God, you're letting people understand that it's not by your mind, it's not by your power. There is God up there who makes sure everything works for you. And that is preaching Christ enough.
Hey, then I have to open a church. No, when they come and then they are...
This is where I turn.
No. See, when I get my congregation and I've empowered them in the religion, the Christianity religion, the practices and beliefs of Christians, they can go forth into the world and empower other people.
But you have
and I'm not coming
church.
For offering.
No, you have a
How
bigger
can I not
church.
Take offering? How will
Your
I buy
show is a
for
bigger
my car?
church. Your audience, your social media, use it all. Go all out.
True.
Because sometimes the little messages you put out there, you do not know how it affects other people.
Yes. I like the word affect.
Yeah.
Yes. Very true.
It does.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just heal people from certain things with just your words. And it's just your fingers. Just type those words and put it out there. Yeah. But I'm really proud of you. Ghana is proud of you. We wish you well. We wish to see you around more. I would want you to get on the red carpet someday and people will tell you, oh, I used to watch you when I was young. I get that on the red carpet lately. And I tell them, oh, don't make me feel old.
I know, right?
I say, don't make me feel old. When you were young, sweetie, we are all young. Because me, I'm not growing. So those of you who keep saying, oh, we've been watching you since, and you're still the same, please, I am growing. So get used to it. Well, Sel, before we leave you, we have something little from our sponsor, Yas, for you to take home. And we also have something from Hooch Conflicts for you.
Wow.
So take it home, let the family enjoy it, okay?
Wow,
and keep being you, keep being real. We love you for just who you are.
And I love you too.
Thank you, darling. So can we have,
Hey, my husband will eat.
Nice one. You're still one of Selly's stuff.
So
that was a joke. Come on, we have another bag for you. Yeah, I think we have another bag of conflicts for you. So kindly take these home and say a big thank you to the family.
Thank you.
And I'm saying thank you to Afro Chick by Hair by Stacy for my natural look. Yes, Sally, I need to get you one of my extensions. For all the natural girls, don't worry. Now our hair can grow long, like 20 inches, because that has been our major problem. You grow the hair to a certain point, and the hair does not just want to grow again.
Like my husband's hair.
Oh, please. Please, Sally. So he wants longer locks.
My husband is getting bald. I'm afraid for the next few years. I don't know who I'll be seeing next to me.
He won't go bald.
Let's pray.
God,
But when he's going bald, I'll come for the
please come for the natural extensions. Yes. So we can just fix it in and it will look so real. So we're out there. You can contact 020-274-7464, 020-274-7464. Wholesalers, retailers, call and we will deliver to you wherever you are. I am real. And if you call and you say you actually got to know of the brand on this show, you get a discount. So we're looking forward to those phone calls. And I'm saying thank you very much to Makeup People for my face. You know Makeup People, don't tell anybody. But my face beat, it has been awesome. And I want you to know that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Never give up. We'll see you same time next week. Be blessed.
Welcome to the end of the tunnel. I see a bright light shining through, and it's just for you. There is hope.